I wanted to make this video about being a spiritual healer and teacher. So I am someone that is living kind of like two lives. In my everyday life or my daytime life, I am an operations manager um, in aviation. And in my private life, I am a spiritual healer and a spiritual teacher and a reader. It has been hard to do both because spiritual healing requires a lot of energy, right? And just really a lot of caring for people. So, anyway, I recently got promoted to this sector or area where I am. And I'm noticing such a difference in people. I feel like I've gone through a timeline shift. I know I have. There are things about me that are very different, but I also see things differently too. And I'm noticing things about people that are horrible. And I think, things have always happened with people, right? Molestation, fathers molesting their daughters, the situation with Nolan Wells, and other things at work, right? People have always been people. Human nature has always been human nature. But for whatever reason, recently, I'm going to say the last 3 weeks, things have been considerably heightened for me about human nature. And I am baffled at when you give people an opportunity to choose between doing the right thing and wrong thing, how many people choose the wrong thing? When you give people power to choose something first or select something first, how people are aware. So let's say, I give you an option to take the red apple or the green apple. You are aware that you're allergic to the green apple, that you cannot eat it. But because I have given you the power to choose and say, hey, you're the senior, this other person is a junior, rightfully so, you get to choose between the red or the green. And what you don't want, I will give to the junior. Just the fact that or people know that, hey, I'm senior, this is an opportunity for me. I can't take the green apple because I'm allergic to it, but I'm going to sit on this decision for several days just so the junior will have to wait until I decide. That is crazy to me. And I have been sitting here watching this for the last 3 weeks. People that I would never think to do this, right? And it goes back to that old adage, that old saying that everybody can't handle power. A little bit of power, just a choice. And this is what you're choosing to do with your choice, just to keep somebody else from, choosing. I look at leadership and I look at how leadership lies a lot. You have a big responsibility when you get in certain positions of leadership and authority and influence. And it's not right to lie, to make up these false environments that you are supporting your people when you have no intention on supporting them. I'm just seeing so much, and this is not, I haven't even fasted. I just started fasting. This is just, it's crazy. To see the situation with Nolan Wells. I am a mother of 2 adult children, young adults. It has bothered me so much because, again, there are things there that are being misrepresented, and you can clearly see the truth in plain sight. And it's just amazing how in human nature, we believe what the news says, or we believe maybe what the parents say or the attorney says over what you can feel and see and sense. I am just baffled by human nature. I also went on a business trip to Savannah about 2 weeks ago. And on this business trip, we are assessing a certain product for our employees. And this particular company left a goodie bag for me, and that goodie bag had snacks and water. I'm very bougie, as some people say about my water, very particular about the type of water I drink, and definitely bougie about my snacks. So I generally don't eat anything that people make for me or leave for me. That's just my own personal culture. So I didn't engage in any of the snacks, but I was kind of thirsty. I arrived pretty late, about 11:30 at night. So I was pretty thirsty. And against my inner voice speaking loudly, don't drink the water, don't drink the water, I was like, you know what? Sometimes you're a little too superstitious and sometimes you're a little too paranoid. It's a bottled water from a well-known brand. You know, it's sealed. Just crack it open, drink the water. It won't kill you. Well, an hour and a half later, I had the most excruciating pain to where I believe it was food poisoning. I've never technically been diagnosed with food poisoning in my life in my 51 years, but I believe from what I've heard from others, I had food poisoning. And I had to sit on the toilet for hours with the most excruciating pain. And that resulted in several eliminations, which eventually resulted in water coming out. And while I was also sitting on the toilet for one of those sessions, I had to vomit. And I vomited about 3 to 4 times in the bathtub. So it was coming out from both ways. And guess what? All I had was the bottled water that was left for me from a major brand, right? And it made me think, human nature, was this the bottled water from the brand? Or was this regular tap water that they put into this bottle? Either way, there was something in the water. And why would you do that? I couldn't have been the only person that got sick. And then I heard about the parasite going around that's in the lettuce and in drinking water. And then I heard all this conspiracy stuff about AI putting things in the water. Well, I'm going to tell you, I believe it could possibly be true. I got sick on a bottled water. Human nature has reached a new level, or maybe my eyes have just been opening with this most recent timeline shift. So yeah, just want to share that.